You sure I didn't wake you up?
Positive.
I was too wired to sleep.
Join the club.
I don't get it.
What's that?
You say you're nervous, you say you're wired, but you never show it.
I told you it's a front.
You don't have to put up a front for me.
I know. It's for me.
Have you found an apartment?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I'll be moving in tomorrow.
Great.
You don't know how great. I hate that hotel. The idea of sleeping there one more night makes me nuts.
Well, listen, you know, I have a pull-out couch at my place. I mean, if you wanted to, you could,
Matt!
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Did you reach everyone?
Everyone but Jake.
Oh.
Have you heard from him?
No.
You called all of us.
Well, not Joe. I called Frank Scanlon and not his brother. Didn't seem right, but I didn't know what else to do.
Surprise!
Ma!
Oh, don't say a word. Come here. For you. And for you. And for me.
Ma, what's going on?
Didn't I just say not a word? I want to propose a toast to the first day for the most gifted intern General Hospital's ever been lucky enough to have.
Could you deliver that up to the lighthouse? Thanks. Interns can legally prescribe medication, as opposed to treating a patient outside the hospital, which I told you is illegal.
Yeah, I know. I said thank you.
Look, I'm doing this because of what happened to your little girl.
I know.
But I have some conditions.
Well, why doesn't that surprise me?
The people you're staying with, they can't find out about this. Because if they do, someday, when you least expect it, I will get you back to the hospital and I will perform a bilateral orchiectomy without anesthesia.
What's that?
You don't want to find out. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Dominique, listen, I know you can hear me. Well, no, actually, I don't know that for sure. I mean, I know, no, I think you can, you know? It's about Serena, of course. See, you have to help us find her. Because you and me and Scott, we worked really hard on bringing her into this world. And so if we were to lose her now, it would be totally unthinkable.
Lucy? Who are you talking to?
Myself, for a change.
Now you can talk to me.
Okay, but you know, we should talk inside, because...
There's something that I want to ask you. It's important.
What?
Well, you don't have to answer me right away. And I admit this isn't exactly the best time to bring it up, but if you need to take some time, I say go right ahead. I certainly would understand why anyone would want to.
Why don't you just tell me what it is, because you're beginning to sound like me, so go ahead. What is it?
Will you marry me? Can't talk? Okay. Wow, this is a first for me. Lucy, listen, I know that you're worried about Serena, and as I said, this is not the best time to bring this up. In fact, I know it's a bad time, but I remember when I went through a bad time. I was lying in a hospital room, and I was convinced that my mind was gone and my life was over, and I was down, and this beautiful, strong woman walked into my room and asked this basket case if he'd marry her.
I vaguely remember.
Well, at first I thought it was out of pity, but then she found a way to convince me that she meant it.
She meant it.
suddenly the darkness wasn't so dark. And I know you're going through a pretty dark time now. And you need to know that no matter what happens, you won't be going through it alone. I'll be there with you. I love you, Lucy. And I want to spend my life with you. You haven't answered my question.
What was the question?
Will you marry me?
No, I can't. Because, you know, you're unemployed. And you are a bit of a fruitcake, and you leave your clothes all over the room, kind of right on top of mine, and you're just a big mess. And as an evolved woman as myself, I don't think I could marry him.
I was worried about you.
Listen, Karen, you gotta do me a favor. Don't say anything about Dr. Lambert being here.
My lips are sealed.
I'll be going now.
Listen, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't come here to socialize, and I just realized I shouldn't have come at all, okay?
No. What can I do for you?
A friend of mine needs some help. His name is Joe Scanlon.
Well, I'll be going. This may be your last night to get a decent night's sleep.
Mom, I really appreciate the bag. It's great. But it must have cost you a fortune.
Something's wrong.
What's this? Irish intuition?
Frank, it's okay. Mom, it's time I told you the truth.
I'd like to leave a message for Dr. Quartermain.
Ma, don't do this.
Tell him I'm resigning from General Hospital.
I told you to keep your mouth shut. Now she's quit her job.
Dr. Quartermain doesn't seem to mind that his entire family are suspects in a murder case.
Oh, my God.
But when my son steps in and saves Audrey Hardy's life, not one word of thank you. Not one. I think they're trying to keep him from being a doctor altogether.
Ma, come on. This will work itself out.
They can do without the lowly services of Mary Brennan Scanlon.
Ma, this is crazy. You can't quit your job.
I didn't go to college. I don't have a medical degree, but it doesn't take a Carl Menninger to know that anyone who can save a life with a gun at his head, with no proper instruments, with absolutely no... That's the kind of a man you'd thank your lucky stars to have as a doctor.
Now tell us what you really think.
Well, come on. It's wrong.
Ma, it's a review board. That's it. I'm not being kicked out.
I don't care if it's the Supreme Court. I'm not leaving this house till we figure out a way to fight it.
Can we discuss the battle plans over a pint? I'm meeting some friends.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot I had plans, too.
Great.
I'm meeting someone at that recovery room.
That's where I'm going. I'll give you a ride.
I don't know. What about Joe?
Ma, I really don't feel like going.
Well, you can't just sit here and brood.
Yeah, Ma, I think Joe needs some time for himself.
All right. Far be it from Mary Scanlon to interfere in her children's lives, but I do have one more thing I want to say.
Well, you wouldn't want to leave without an exit line.
Oh, shush. You are 10 times the doctor and the man than anyone who'll be judging you tomorrow will ever be. Oh, I love you, sweetheart.
I love you, too.
So your friend operated on Audrey with a drill?
Do you want the technical details?
No, not right now. Just... what can I do for you?
Joe needs a lawyer. I already spoke to Lee, but he represents General Hospital. It's a conflict of interest. So I thought maybe that you could give me some names.
Well, you know, I haven't practiced law for some time, but I'll see what I can do.
I shouldn't even be asking you. With everything that you're going through and Serena...
I'm gonna be okay.
You sure? Yeah. Okay. Listen, I hope they find Serena soon. I'd really like to meet her.